blackpast.org a lot, just to find out about, you know, Black people in history. And it's not just music related, but they talk about just Black people in history, and they're pretty good, pretty comprehensive, and it's free and open. And it's not free and open like you to write, but it's free and open for you to use it. And they have like, and you can support them. You know, I think you can contribute, like you can contribute money and donate, but I get quite a few of my historical resources from there. And so that's one, I'll put it in the chat. And they're on Instagram as well, Black Past History, I think, on Instagram. So yeah.
I was going to say, the title of the book by Rosalind Story is called And So I Sing, and it's African-American Divas of Opera and Concert. And then there's one called, I believe it's called Black Opera, History, Power, Engagement. And it's by Naomi Andre. I would also say that somebody said earlier, you know, go dig into, I heard somebody on the panel right before us, go dig into your school library. She was saying that she went and found some music to sing, and everybody's like, oh my God, that is so wonderful. Where'd you find it? And she said, in our school library. So go dive deep, because and I say that because I worked in libraries too. There are things that are hidden. There are things that I found when working in fine arts libraries when I was in my undergrad and my master's. I found stuff and it would blow my mind. Go dig, because the universities are high. There's stuff that's just hidden in the back. So just FYI, go look there, because a lot of times you will find something that you didn't even think you'd be able to run across, and you're going to be surprised that your school had it, particularly if you're going to a PWI.
I would also like to add, oh, I'm sorry, Chris. Piggyback, the National Association of Negro Musicians. When I was in college, I was part of the local chapter, Top Water Area Musicians, and you know, the NAM as we call them, they also hold national competitions in voice, wood instruments, piano, various different types of instruments. And they also have a wealth of knowledge as well. The competition I was going to do, I was invited to do, George Shirley has a vocal competition. And there is, Shanelle had mentioned there was a requirement, I think when you audition for UM, you have to audition with a composer that is not as well known to the masses yet. Am I saying that correctly? But in the competition, I would encourage you all, if you can reach out to, and I'll have to find the link, but if you go on the George Shirley website, there is a link that they have it's like an archive of African-American art songs, because that is one of the requirements for the competition. But it is at least 2 pages of composers I've never heard of. And I'm just enamored with the wealth of knowledge. So I would say the National Association of Negro Musicians, and if you have your local chapter wherever you are, you can go on the website of NAM as well, and the George Shirley competition as well.
Yeah, and just thinking about U of M as well, coming back to Willis Patterson and all the work that he's done with the African American art songs. I know I was just talking to someone about this recently, like we all have seen that gray book coming up in school, the African American art songs, but there are other editions of it, and there are other African American art song anthologies. So the books are out there. There's one that I've seen floating around with African American female composers as well. So you might have to do a little digging, but they're out there and the rep is out there.
The other thing I would say too, just because I want to tie this to tie this beyond singing, I would also suggest that if you are a music teacher or you are a teacher, period, and you're dealing with virtual learning right now, and the onset of COVID, and you're in a classroom where you're teaching to a virtual classroom or teaching to a live classroom, there is so much stuff available online. Opera companies have put all of curriculum, lesson plans, musical excerpts, all kinds of things, have built virtual programming for the classroom. And I'm gonna promote where I work. I'm gonna say, please visit the Dallas Opera. We do have educational programming, and we have an educational portal where we have compiled all the curriculum we've ever written that ties into history, ties into classroom subjects. We have new programming where we will virtually come into your classroom and speak to your students and do something. We have an opera sketch program where we will come in and work with your students. And the cool thing about it being virtual is that anybody can work with us. Like you can, from all over the country, outside of the country, you know, you can book a time to work with us. And look at other opera companies. They are doing this stuff. They are doing this everywhere. I would also suggest you look at the, we have something called TDO Network, where we have behind the scenes shows that to show things that are behind the scenes that can be excellent tools for your classroom. Other opera companies are doing these things as well. Go look at HGO, go look at Los Angeles, go look at the Met, go look at what people are doing right now to tie into your classrooms. It is out there. And I would really highly encourage. And then give feedback. If there's something you need in the classroom, my team and I are always open to feedback. Okay, so please tell us what you need, and we can figure out what we can do to help you. Because, like I said, I know our teachers are out there right now working really hard. So I would suggest to reach out to your opera companies, reach out to your symphonies. They have things as well. If you reach out to museums, I mean, all of them. There are a plethora of resources out there, and I know that there's a lot going on, and a lot of people have a lot on their plate right now. But people are trying, most opera companies that I know right now are trying to make it convenient. For us, we said we're creating a one-stop shop where you can just log on and sign up and explore whatever you want to do. So please, by all means, check out those resources, because opera companies have been doing them, but people have ramped up and beefed them up right now because we cannot perform in the traditional way right now.
I think too, even breaking it down to a more granular level, like maybe not, you know, being in a large classroom, maybe you are an independent studio teacher and, you know, in a rural area, which is much like the situation I grew up in. Like I wasn't exposed to opera, and even if I had been in lessons, I may not have known how to go about getting a piano accompanist or whatever. So like even knowing about apps like Accompanist, where you can request, you know, an aria if it's not already uploaded to their database, so that you have something to practice with and tracks to work with. Like just even those tools that are out there for individual solo singers who are existing in much smaller communities. You may not have access to the same resources.
And also, ladies, to on an independent artist level as well, if you're looking to do something yourself, partner with a local community organization if that is your desire. A couple years ago, before I left Virginia, I partnered with, it's called Teens with a Purpose movement in Norfolk, Virginia. And they were geared towards students, more so Black and brown youth, who were looking for an outlet in poetry, in dance, in film, all of the art forms. And so they had a festival every single year, and they asked me to come and just sing. And this would be a lot of the times in the middle of the community, in the middle of the department buildings where they were, because we met them where they were. So, and also, if you can reach out to the administrator, if you have a relationship with a teacher at a school, and you say, hey, what do you think if I talk to your administrator and I can virtually do a performance once a month? You know, getting creative. Also, in addition to working with the opera companies and the voice studios, there's work also for independent soloists as well to expose and educate.
And just to piggyback off of what Denise just said, partnering with community organizations, absolutely. I would also say that and I think, Quo's in the comments, she just took the words right out of my mouth. If the organizations don't have BIPOC resources, say, why aren't there more BIPOC resources? That's something we're working on at TDO. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, we are not there. We are not there. But ask them, you know, where are they? You know, where can we find more? Right now, a lot of it's a work in process. A lot of people are doing that. And let's just keep it real. You know, education has to be decolonized just like everything else. So it's a work in progress right now. And we're 400 years in, and we're trying to reverse it right now. So understand that you have to ask, and you have to dig, but you also ask people, where is it? And I 100% agree with that. I would also say this is the time to, if you are an education director somewhere and you have local artists in your community right now, and a teacher requests a local art, hey, can we hear what an opera singer sounds like? Or a library or something like that. You know, give them a little change, you know, a nominal fee, and then have them do a virtual 15 to 20 minute demo. You know, there are so many ways to do this right now. There are people that still have after school programs that need programming and content. So please, by all means, this is the time to be creative and innovative. Whether you're an individual artist, you're an administrator, whatever it is, we must think outside of the box. It's guerrilla warfare right now.
Chichi, did you have something to say?
All I wanted to say was just connected to what Shanelle was saying about people looking for tracks. Like Accompanist is one I've used. I also used Free Pianist on YouTube. And one of the reasons I'm bringing up Free Pianist is because I care a lot about copyright. You know, I have a legal background. So if you're trying to use a track to perform, I reached out to the Free Pianist guy. His name is Hector, and he just gave me permission. He's in like Spain or Europe, different copyright rules. So he's like, you can use it across your social media. You have permission. Just letting you know, Accompanist's copyright is very strict. So if you can use it to practice and for a small performance, but if you're trying to be on social media, the copyright rules are different. So I use Free Pianist. So just in case anybody, yeah, but copyright matters. So anyway.
Someone had a question. Is Decolonizing the Classroom a website? They would love to pass it on to their instructors. Because I think somebody said something about decolonizing the classroom. Is it also a good resource for teachers? Candace said that. So if that's a website, let us know. Are there any other questions before we wrap it up? Somebody said, yes, it is a website. Okay, so I think it is a website. Just Google it and hopefully something comes up. Yeah, there it is, right there. There are a lot of resources in the chat, participants, so just scroll. We talked about a lot of things and dropped a lot of information in there. We're going to wrap it up. This has been a great panel. Our last segment, I just want you to plug in yourself, maybe plug in your IG. If you have a business, plug that in. And then give maybe a few words of advice or something that may be on your heart to say, last words. And we will start with Denise.
All right. I just want to say thank you, Renee, for creating this beautiful platform, this festival. Just everything, your mastermind, your consistency, and just your knowledge. Thank you. And thank you, Sandi, for moderating, and all of you ladies up here, Kristian, Shanelle, and Chichi. Wow. So I can be found on Instagram. It's at Denise, DENISE _Nicole, NICOLE, lowercase b, Denise Nicole B. And I'm also on YouTube, Denise Nicole Battle. My website is currently going under some things. I'm updating that as we speak. But my platform, if you go on Instagram, you see I'm very goofy and hilarious. I like to do comedy, sing opera. I sing all kinds of different genres. But my main platform as well, in addition to that, I just want people to be exposed to opera. And I would say this has been very encouraging, and I learned a lot. So if whatever you do, just think about this is more than just me. And it sounds like all of you ladies are about that as well. So just keep doing what you're doing. No one else is like you. Stay original, stay creative, and don't be afraid to reach out to us and anybody else on this festival. God bless.
I'll go next. Yeah. Echo what Denise said. Renee, thank you so much for putting all this together. I know it is no small task to organize an entire festival day like this. So really, truly, thank you for bringing this community together. I am on Instagram at Shanelle.woods, that's Shanelle with an S, SHANELLE.woods, or on my website at ChanelleValerieWoods.com. I have mostly been splitting my time between performing and teaching. Obviously, there's not a lot of performing happening right now, but if you go on my Instagram, that's what you will see. Maybe my kids here and there from lessons, or maybe me just being a little goofy and practicing through some things, because I think it's really important to show the process too. Everything I post isn't always curated, right? Like sometimes there's going to be mistakes because that's part of who we are as performers and people. So yeah, again, just to echo what Denise was saying, if anyone has questions or wants to reach out or just wants to connect on an artistic level and see what projects we can work on, I think this in this time, we're also hungry for that human connection. And that's part of what makes this day so special. So it's really nice just to be able to come together with all of you ladies that I've never met, but now I feel like I know you all just from having this discussion, this conversation, and I'm excited to keep it going. Chichi?
Sure. Thanks so much for this opportunity. Thank you, Renee. This is wonderful. And thank you all, wonderful panelists. I learned so much, and then with the panel before and the meditation, I'm learning so much. So thank you, thank you. I can be reached at Opera Is For You on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. I'm doing it. And also you can, I also started a new site, African Women in Opera, thanks to Renee. I blame Renee for this. African Women in Opera on IG, Facebook, and Twitter. And also my regular Instagram is Chichi Anu on Instagram and Facebook. I will put it in the chat. I just wanted to say to you, to me, to all of us, you're not alone. I'm older. I came to this older. I became a lawyer. I'm 41, y'all. You know, I'm old. So I came to this older, and I felt like I was, you know, alone. And I remember my first college degree, I was told not to major in music because I didn't have the background. And I feel like it was racially motivated, but whatever. But the point is, I went back after getting my law degree and becoming a lawyer to go and get a degree in music in 2010. And I'm just so grateful to have this community. And I want to tell people, whether younger or older, you're not alone. And we are here. The money's here. The support is here. So thanks.
Is it me?
You laughed.
I was like, I'm trying to, you know, I'm a gabber, so I'll try to sit back in the cut and you know, give everybody else a chance to talk. Otherwise, I'll go. You can find me on Instagram as KSRoberts254. Facebook is just Kristian Roberts. You can find me. My email address, if you would like to reach me, is kristian.roberts7@gmail.com. And I mean, of course, just, yeah. I do arts consulting, arts education consulting on the side. So if anybody would like me to help your, you know, organization figure out how to integrate things, if you have a voice studio or anything like that, happy to help. For a nominal fee or an exchange of services. I mean, come on, we got to eat. I just want to say that being in this space and being here with you all is like soaking in a warm lavender bath. I don't think people really understand what it is to truly be a Black woman in this country. And it's very difficult at times. And, you know, we got that news, you know, the last week that none of us were shocked about, but it didn't make us any less disgusted. And so being in this room and being in this space and just soaking in your energy and your passion and your knowledge is just so refreshing. I have to give a shout out to Renee, because putting something together like this is a beast. Same to you, Sandi. I know you're backing her up. I saw that she thanked her mom in the digital booklet, and you know, we know apples do not fall too far from the tree, so that work ethic came from somewhere. So I would just say, remember who you are. Remember the shoulders on whose shoulders you're standing on. Remember that we did not just pop up just now. We have been here. And remember always to be bold, okay, be brave. And when it gets really, really tough, know that there is a ton of people out there that are thinking, acting, and looking for connection just like you. We are a beautiful and fearfully and wonderfully made people. And don't let anybody ever take that away from you. And I don't care if you are from the motherland continent or you are in the diaspora. Okay, we have been here and we are beautiful. Okay, and you have to remember that at all times, because this society will trick you into thinking otherwise. So hang in there, y'all. I know it's tough out there right now, but you are not alone. Okay, we are truly in this together, and we can succeed in this work together.
Amen to that. And thank you all so much for joining. My name is Sandi Lewanika. I will put all of my information in the chat as well. I am the owner of the Lewanika School, so I will be contacting some of y'all because I do monthly workshops where I try to expose my students to different art forms. So don't be a stranger. I enjoyed this so much. You all are beautiful. I wish everyone the best. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay strong and get some rest.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks, y'all.